sometimes it can feel like dating really sucks. You know, people playing games. It seems like they have one foot in the door, one foot out the door. The struggle to meet someone who you are compatible with, or even more importantly, have a connection with. Individuals just wanting to make it more about sex than about actually emotionally bonding. I mean, I can go down a list of reasons why it can get annoying and frustrating. But I need you to understand that it can get a lot better than that. I need you to understand that on the other side of the nonsense is a dating process that you can enjoy and that can lead to greater things for you. More specifically, that relationship, if that's what you desire in your life. But the key is how you go about dating and if you are setting yourself up for success. And one of the struggles I'm seeing from a lot of people is the fact that they're not presenting themselves or showing up in a way that allows for other individuals to take them seriously. Sometimes you're going on these dates and that person just feels like you're the one playing games. You're the one with the one foot in, one foot out, or different other issues that we're going to talk about. So I want to help you understand the secrets to being taken seriously when dating. And number one is date quality, not quantity. All right, so what do I mean by this? Let's start with the dating in quality, all right? We have to understand that when we date, I don't want to say people who are beneath you. That's just wrong, okay? But when you are dating people who other individuals can clearly see this is of a lower quality or a lower caliber of person that you should be dating, it reflects poorly on you. Now, granted, everyone doesn't always get to see who you date, but you'd be surprised how word can get around or how individuals that you don't know are paying attention and seeing these things. Or how in some situations, people find out because the world can be small sometimes, all right? And you could date this one individual and it turns out their friend is the cousin of your other friend who knows this person who works with you. And through that pipeline, they find out that's who you were dealing with. Now, let me make this clear. This can go both ways, men and women. But I want to give you a quick story of one time where there was a guy and he was dating this girl. And he viewed her as like, oh my gosh, this could be the one, all right? And so much so, he was doing everything in his power to be the most upstanding guy he could ever be. He wasn't trying to have sex with her. He was showing her all the effort and energy that she was looking for. I mean, this man was head over heels. So he's in this process trying to make things happen. And I can't remember how long into it, but at some point, he ends up talking to a friend who it turns out he knows the girl that the guy I know is dating. All right, I hope you're keeping up with this. But and he reveals to him other men that she's been dealing with. And if we're gonna be honest, not only was she dealing with these or had dealt with these other men who, again, in his eyes was garbage men. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. But she slept with them and there was some other things. Now listen, we can always say that there are people out there who lie and who don't always tell the full story. But that's not the point of this. The point is, after he found out who she dealt with and how far she went with these individuals, she went from dream girl, the woman he thought he could spend his life with, to just another woman he was going to try to sleep with. Now, I know the sleep part is not healthy. It's not good. Again, that's not the point. The point is the quality of people you date can come back to haunt you, all right? But not only in how others perceive you and others finding out this information, but also in the fact that you can now develop bad habits by dealing with these types of individuals. You engage in unhealthy situations or in situations with people who, again, engage in unhealthy behavior, however you want to put it. And that can rub off on you. It's kind of like being an athlete, being a basketball player, and you keep practicing shooting the ball wrong, and then you think when you get into a real game, you're gonna actually shoot the ball right. It's like, yo, you're developing a bad habit by dealing with these people, and more than likely engaging in that same unhealthy behavior. Because let's face it, when we're in those casual situations, when we're dealing with people that we aren't serious about, it's very easy to now not bring our best. It's more than likely that we won't. And in doing that, we now start to develop those bad behaviors as well. Or start to develop a skewed perception of the opposite sex and relationships and so on and so forth. So essentially carrying baggage from those experiences onto something that could potentially be good. So we have to be mindful of the quality of people we entertain. Now, granted, we don't always know the quality of person right off the bat. It may take us a little bit to find out what we're really dealing with. But once we do, we've got to be willing to let go, because again, it can come back to haunt you. But now let's also talk about the aspect of quality over the issue of quantity. Now, let me make this very clear. I believe that if you are single, you are free to do as you damn well please. If you want to date 10 people right now, that is your choice as a grown adult. The only thing I'm going to encourage you, well, the two things I'm going to encourage you to do is, one, be honest with the people that you are dating multiple people. I think that's only fair. You know what I'm saying? We need to understand, we got to be open and transparent in these situations, because if you're not being open and transparent and this person finds out when they're trying to be locked into you and it turns out you were dating multiple people, that can end up causing a lot of problems. And then number two is, be honest with yourself about, can you even handle that? Can you handle dating a large quantity of individuals, multiple people at a time? And when I say can you handle it, more specifically, can you properly evaluate individuals and not end up keeping them around? Because what happens to a lot of people is, when you're dating multiple people, you might get this from this person, that from that person, and all together they make one good whole person, right? But no one individually is good enough. But because you like the different things, you keep them all. And so now you're dragging things along that you shouldn't be, all right? But here's the other side of the issue of dating in quantity and trying to be taken seriously. If someone came to you and say, hey, I want to get to know you, but hey, just so you know, I'm dating like 7 people right now. Chances are you're not going to take them as seriously as the person who's only dating you. So if you're going to be the individual who wants to date in quantity, yes, it is your right. You are free to do so. But it can reflect poorly on how seriously they think you are taking them, since you have your attention spread out everywhere, and therefore they're less likely to be serious about you. So you have to be mindful, and I would encourage you to focus more on quality dating and less on quantity dating. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Dating is an art, and some of y'all don't know how the hell to paint. So listen, I had to say it. But this work with me here. Don't leave the video. Don't get upset, because I'm here.